Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Huge surprise. I'm really excited about this episode. I've been talking about it for a while. New space in Lewisville. It's incredible. And when you guys come in here and see it, I think you guys are gonna like go nuts. I mean, this is the joy, the love, the passion that you feel when you walk into this space. I'm looking around because I'm like taking it in because it's amazing. This is Eric Bowman. This is Velcrokid, and Eric's, an illustrator, a designer. He used to come into Atama as well, and you're going to learn more about him in this episode. We're going to talk about the shop. We're going to walk through, take a tour, and you're going to get to know him. And I want more than anything for you guys to support this space, what he's doing here. It's incredible. It's going to be amazing. If you ever supported Atama, if you ever supported the arts in Dallas, this is going to be incredible for you, and it's going to be an experience that you're going to want to take. So do yourself the favor, make the drive. Velcrokid. We'll talk more about it. We'll tell you more about it. Eric can tell you all the social and outlets, so that way you can connect with him. So I'll let him do that.
So velcrokid.com, and then at Velcrokid on every platform. So keeping it simple.
Very cool. See you guys soon.
I'll change it to this. Well, I mean, within the 8-bit world.
So here's the thing. Whenever you watch that video, I wasn't sure if it did it itself or if you just made it. And I was just like, I was still thinking about it.
So you can set it up on a timer and all kinds of stuff. Like
I've never seen it.
Here, I can actually get out of the shot.
That was the shot. Yeah, you didn't know that, did you?
Is this cool? Like, is that cool even? Yeah. Let me throw one of these on you. Oh wow, that is sick. Let it just talk normal. It picks up. It's really great mic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rad.
Yeah, I had a buddy tell me about it.
Look at that. So sick. Yeah, so we got these guys and those guys. So cool. Because I don't have another one of these.
Yeah, that's right. Overjoyed.
They were so kind to you. Like, one of the biggest things is starting out, it's like, I don't need a discount as much as I need, like, I can't put in, like, an order for, like, 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll be
And so
shocked
it's
that, like, they'll work with you with, like minimums and stuff.
Well, that's what with them, they were like, no minimum. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to get. So
That's dope. Is Dov still doing stuff with DKE?
he actually, yes, he's doing that. He's not running Disperse anymore.
Yeah.
He
So
sold that.
It's like another company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Which I don't have. I actually have a lot of stuff from DKE.
Oh, really?
But I don't. Yeah, it's in the back. I just don't have it out yet.
Oh, sick.
We got some Scott C stuff, Luke Shin.
Oh, dope. He's got a lot of new artists he's been working with.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, Dov's been in the game, and he's
So long.
amazing.
Yeah.
Such a nice dude.
Here, I'm gonna
honestly,
crack these.
that was probably one of my favorite eras, just because like the amount of like products that they were putting out, the artists they were pushing. And then, have you ever
Blake
dealt
Jones.
with Toy Tokyo at all? Those are sick.
So I've spoken to Gawk a couple of times.
Okay.
But I haven't. What's his name? The owner.
Lev?
Lev. I haven't had more than maybe 1 or 2 conversations with Lev.
He's a cool guy too.
Yeah.
It's just
He's been in it for so long. I just want to have coffee with the guy. And just,
yeah.
Talk,
Dude,
you know?
that back room, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah, very good.
and then their warehouse, they have so much
For Toy
stuff.
Tokyo.
But like stuff that you're like, you dream of having, you know what I mean? Like, and then like they go back there sometimes because they're on this app. Have you ever been on Whatnot?
Yeah.
So like a lot of the shops are doing that now.
So
too.
we're going to be on Pop Shop Live.
Okay.
I met with them last week.
Very cool.
Remember for audio, you need to get playing.
Oh yeah, but it'll cut out a lot of that audio. It really will.
I can also turn this down, this one speaker, while we're talking here.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I'm gonna grab my coffee. I don't know why I like having something in my hand.
So that way it stays for them. Yeah.
Are you always like jacked up on coffee since you guys have it? I feel
Sometimes, some days, it's like that's the only thing that keeps you going. Like I'm
Dude.
not. I don't like to be.
I was gonna
like
say,
I
you
like
better
to
be
just
careful,
drink
'cause, like,
water and like.
no, I used to do that, and then
Yeah.
I like started getting panic attacks because I would just
Oh,
be
yeah.
too caffeinated. Oh, dude. And then I'd be dehydrated. So it'd
Gotcha.
just be like.
So that's only been my one. Let's see. I had. Yeah, I think that's my only cup today. So we're good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Like, cause the
I may
Starbucks
get
was
some tea here in a minute. But
Starbucks was always in the station. So like, I would go like 2-3 times a day, and I would go like black coffee straight, like very little sugar.
yeah.
So I mean, I was like always like kind of amped on coffee, and then like you do that for several years, it catches up with you, man. Is this the flower?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 12-inch. This is like the funnest part. It's like Christmas all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, sometimes it's like it makes
These
you.
boxes are huge.
Yeah, it makes you like almost like not need to buy stuff because you're just always like opening stuff, so you get that feeling, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh,
love the
that's
art on
sick.
this one.
Dude, the quality on these is really, really great.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he
really
did it.
great.
I mean, he did it for his own show, so it wasn't like somebody produced it and just sent it out into the world.
Yeah.
He had a full show. He owns a ABV gallery, I believe.
Oh, really?
I think that's what it's called.
I knew he had a
But he-
gallery. I didn't know what it was called.
I believe it's in Atlanta, and he got it was an old church, and so he turned like an old.
Is that the one that has a
church.
slide in it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, okay. There's an
That'd be
artist.
interesting. There's a church with a slide in it.
It's an artist that bought a church and he like renovated the entire inside.
Yeah.
It's like his house and his studio. And then from the second floor of the church to the auditorium, he put like a it's like a big ass like window and there's just like a slide that goes down. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't
I
sure
don't
if it
think
was-
so.
I wasn't sure if it was him.
Yeah, I'm excited to have all this stuff.
So you got those two, a couple of each.
Yeah, those two, and then the UVD one. The other one is the
Are you doing a lot of plush? The plush.
dude. Surprisingly, I mean, people love plush.
I was about to say,
So
like, it's so weird. I was at Old Mo in Oak Cliff, and I noticed they carry some plush, and they always have like a huge crowd, and like plush is always done really well, like always done really. But I feel like now it's doing even better, which is
Yeah.
crazy, because like it's always. That's why I always had plush, but I always would run out of it.
yeah,
Like,
I didn't.
and I would get good quantities of plush, dude.
I didn't think at first that I would do plush, but then
Me either.
I
I
ended up.
had no intention when but then
Do you know
people would-
Mumbot, Jade? Yeah, so I came across her stuff and then met with her, and she was like, I would rather my stuff be
Yeah.
like in your place.
Yeah,
and-
that's what you're gonna get, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's amazing in here. Like it really is, Eric. Like you killed it, man. The displays,
yeah,
like, I can't imagine anybody that like would be a creative or an artist and not want to be in a space like this.
So we can get these out. These are packed really tight.
Oh, those are man. You know what's crazy is when I saw the flower, it reminded me of Brian Blue. He's got
Yeah.
kind of like that aesthetic a little. He does like a lot of the mummification stuff, but in some of his paintings, he's got like these flowers kind of similar. That's what I thought it was. It's so good.
Yeah.
Robots will kill.
Robots will kill. Yeah, let's crack this guy open.
What's your favorite to open, like the larger pieces or like blind box?
I like large pieces.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
That Joe Ledbetter, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, the statue.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah, it like comes in pieces and then you put it together.
I've seen a couple of different colors, but I like that monochrome.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
one
good.
of 5. The monochrome one.
Oh, sick.
I got that from the 3D Retro guys. Oh,
Are they still producing a lot of his stuff or just distributing?
well, I don't know if they even produced this with him. He,
Oh, really?
we can walk back there if
Yeah, let's
he
go.
wants to.
Yeah, we can be anywhere. These mics pick up everything.
Okay.
Oh, that's sick. I've never seen that. What?
The Josh Devine piece?
What? That's so cool.
Dude, yeah.
Oh,
Do you know a
wow.
lot of his stuff?
I don't.
Dude, he's.
I just love
He's
Mario.
got several figures in here that we can like show.
Dude,
But
that's so sick.
here, let me take this out. I actually want him to come film.
Yeah, I'd never seen his stuff.
Yeah. I want to get this higher up because
Oh yeah, it's sick, dude. Oh, that's rad. Dude, that's so cool. Oh man.
yeah, they made like a Wario version and a Luigi version.
Oh,
And
dude,
then
I love
but
Wario.
I think they're done with the
My
Mario stuff, and they started doing the next run was Popeye.
My favorite game, and it's probably dumb, but I love Mario Tennis. Like on N64.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like me and my friends would just have like nights of just like Mario Tennis and Mario Kart. Like, so I grew up on Mario. Yeah, dude, this thing is amazing.
Yeah, dude. I wanted to have at least one big piece in the shop, and we came across it. I was actually just watching a stream from 3D Retro and saw it in the background, and so I messaged them. And
I remember when he did like the rendering of it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was a while ago. And then I saw that he did a few colorways, but I'd never seen the monochrome.
Yeah, I think they did the monochrome. They did like a red tone.
Yeah, I
like
saw
this.
I think that was the first one, I think.
Yeah, and then
Did he ever do that one large?
no, it's so
I
cool
know,
though.
I
I
know.
would love that one large. I also want to eventually my grail, I guess, for this shop is to get Tim Biscuit's helper. You know, the
yeah,
big
yeah,
7-foot one.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, like, I mean, Biscuit is just like, I mean, he's OG, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very hard to not like his work. I think, like, I don't know. I love his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I mean, there's just certain artists that, like, their work just transitioned to, like, 3D and to, like, toys so well. Oh, that's a sick version of it. I love
Yeah.
Dazzmila.
They did 3 colors. They did the black, the red, and then the blue one.
I
is
like the
the
black.
Yeah.
I like how it's, like, matte, but it's kind of got, like, a little shine to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really, really happy about a lot of these newer pieces and the quality.
Yeah.
Cause no, dude, I'm telling you, like there was a little while where quality was getting, and you can tell that it's changed. It's getting way better now, especially for like larger pieces. Cause I mean, yeah, I mean people are forking out a little bit more money. You know, you want it to
Yeah.
feel like more art. Who is this? Oh, Blake Jones.
Which one? Blake Jones? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, yeah, I love his stuff. We actually carry the blue bunny
Yeah,
over
that's-
in the,
yeah.
the vinyl figure, which I love. I like just became obsessed with his stuff, and
His characters are sick.
yeah, this is from a show that he just did in Chicago called B-Sides, and so they did like, I mean, he built an entire like big statue of the bunny and had a vinyl record player and
Oh,
everything with it,
sick.
and then they had this, and then they had album covers. So he did like vinyl record album covers where he painted them.
Oh, that's dope.
And they were all part of this like
Is
series
he from
and stuff.
Chicago?
No, he's actually from Houston.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he lives in Chicago now, but yeah,
Very
I believe I think he grew up in Houston, but I know he's from Houston.
Yeah.
So,
These
but
are
yeah,
dope.
man.
These are really cool too.
Yeah, Vincent Scala, he's out of New York. He's done a lot of he's done a lot of things for like Nickelodeon.
I was
and
gonna
stuff,
say,
like,
I
yeah.
feel like this looks really familiar.
Yeah, that's his work dog character, and then Lucky Cat.
Yeah, Lucky Cats are like everywhere.
Yeah, he's got so the work dog character. We'll have some of his the vinyl versions.
So he does have figures
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Cool. I'm not familiar with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
And then Elliot's working on some new sculpture stuff for us. He actually just sent me the mock-ups of
Resin
those.
or vinyl?
It's resin.
Oh, cool.
Let me see if I can. He just messaged me.
Elliot Lobel.
He is he does stop motion animation, so he's actually working on a film right now of his own, like short film.
Very cool. Like, I love it because illustration
check
was
this out.
always up my
So we'll be
alley.
getting some of these.
Oh, wow, that's super cool.
Yeah. And then he'll hand
Is
paint
he gonna
all
hand
of them.
paint? I was gonna say, yeah. Oh, dude, those are gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was telling you, so like we're gonna be on Pop Shop Live, and we're gonna try and change it up a little bit with doing more of like almost like a live podcast
Yeah.
kind of situation.
Cool.
What I wanted to do is invite on the artist,
Yeah.
so that we could have just a good conversation. Like, what do you love about what you do? Like,
Yeah.
what got you into this? And then we'll have for sale like the stuff that we carry of theirs. Let them have a moment where they can promote any new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah.
And then I want each of them to like kind of draw something that we'll auction off like at the end
Oh, that's cool.
of the show.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the shows are, you just throw up the camera and it's like, here's what we got today,
Yeah.
which is fine. That's great. But I just kind of wanted to do something that was more conversational. And
Dude,
then
that's
I
the
also
thing is,
wanted
like,
them to like pick something. I want them to pick something from the shop that it's
Oh,
like,
very cool.
oh, I love this artist, or like
Very
these pieces
cool.
are cool.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
we're only going to sell those things for the day.
Oh, cool.
Out of
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But
That's very cool. I mean, that's the thing is like I feel like getting creative with the content, especially with a space like this, and then now that like artists are more inclined to like be in front of a camera, because
Yeah.
like even like back then, I mean, I would try to get people in front of cameras sometimes, and they're just camera shy. But it's because that era wasn't like the way that it is now.
Sure.
You know, like they felt like they had to be perfect or like look, and it's just like, man, no, just be you. You're amazing. Like you're
Yeah.
incredible. Just tell your story. But I think now, man, like they get it, and they know it's necessary, and then it's just going to develop so much content for you,
Yeah.
And that's, to me, with this, is like, marketing is like, you have so much ability to create in this space, and it's just going to market itself.
Yeah.
And then once the artists like start coming in and seeing it, they're going to start marketing for you, and it's just like, it just snowballs, man, and it's like the energy just feeds, it just becomes this like wave.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool, man. You'll see.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch like a lot of folks from the area that are like just getting exposed to new artists, and we try to do our best to like curate everybody that's in here. So I mean, we've got New York, Chicago, more New York. I think where's Jared live?
He was in California for a while. I don't know where he's
Joe,
at now.
sorry. I think Glendale.
Yeah,
he's out of Glendale.
still in
yeah,
California, yeah. A lot of people are still in Cali.
Trips out of Dallas.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Trip
cool.
Rabbit. Yeah. Yoshi is out of Guadalajara.
Yeah, I know Yoshi. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got like Tokyo, Austin, and Denton.
There's
Los Angeles.
There's a lot of really, really sick illustrators in South Korea.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, like, they don't have, like, American distribution or American, like, exposure. And, like, you'd be shocked at shooting a DM. Dude, yeah. Like, I'm talking about amazing artists. Like, stuff that blows me away where I tell you when I get an itch, it's like, maybe I'd just go so niche that I'd be like,
Sure.
something like that. Because that's the thing is now you can get that niche. Like,
Yeah.
back then it was kind of like, this was niche, but I feel like now it's like there's like, even in illustration and toys and art and sculpture, there's just so many like talented artists that are like on the internet now that are putting themselves out that don't have a shop or don't have the online presence. But like you see it and you're like, you're like, wow, like your stuff is a visual language I've never seen like anywhere, and it's amazing. Like, dude, I love the way it feels in here. I really do. Like the bear bricks make me so happy. Like you really do. You got a little
Thanks,
bit
man.
of everything. States, the East, the West. Like, so this was a gas station, you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that, because like I want to get some of
McGee's
that.
Country Store.
McGee's.
Yeah, I believe it started out as a feed store, and then became a gas station. I can't remember the exact year, but I think it was like in the 70s
Oh wow.
that the place was built. And then that same family owned it and ran it till I think 2016.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's amazing is it's standalone.
yeah,
I loved that, because when we were driving, because he wanted coffee, and we were like trying to find something around here, and I was like, I don't know anything in Lewisville. So I was like, and then there was like a place called Fluffy Aunt or something.
Yeah,
but they were
Aunt Fluffy.
they were closed though, and so we just came back in, and then we went to that donut shop. But I was like, man, I love that, like, it's on the corner, it's got all the signage, the eyes in the front, so cool. He's like, what if they blinked? I was like, dude, it doesn't even matter. That's sick, because at night it's probably pops. Like,
they move.
oh, they do?
Yeah,
Oh, sick.
Yeah, they
so they do
move.
move.
yeah. If you sit there long enough, you'll see them.
Oh, okay.
It's because of traffic regulations. You can't have like a ton of animation, just because it's like a ride at a stoplight.
That makes sense.
So you just gotta have like subtle
Yeah.
things.
I have a friend that has a salon in Arlington, and she had a sign where like the city of Arlington gave her so much shit for it, and it was like, are you kidding me? There's signs all over, up and down, but like there's certain cities that just have like really
Yeah.
weird regulations.
Yeah.
And, no, but like I said, man, like the signage, like you really see it. Like you're driving, and it does make you turn your head, like, and you're like, what is Velcrokid? And then you've got the explanation, like pretty like direct. I mean, you can't miss it. Like you got
Yeah.
art toys, you got the cafe. I mean, like, this is awesome. I love
Let's
it.
start at the front because I
Let's
didn't
do it.
officially give you like the tour
Yeah, do it.
of everything.
We're here, man. Oh, I love his work.
Oh, yeah. Hebrew Brantley.
He like,
Yeah.
he blew up,
Dude, yeah.
He got so big. Oh, what is this?
So this is our room booth. So, well, our phone booth.
Oh, cool.
So if it's ever too noisy in here or there's like too much stuff going on or you just need to take a private call,
Very
jump
cool.
in here 15, 30 minutes.
Very cool.
So a lot of people have loved it.
That is cool. That's sick. Is it soundproof?
Yeah, step in it. You've never been in one
Uh-uh.
before? Yeah.
That's really rad. Do people work in it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They'll come in and take like a video meeting and they'll just jump in there for a little bit for their meeting.
I love that you're a designer because like you're detail oriented with like your signage, like all your little signs. Because like people need wayfinding, you know, like people don't ever like
Yeah.
sometimes like they need that explanation. And then like if you're busy with someone, it's hard to like tell everyone exactly everything, you know.
Yeah.
But then it's like you do a really good job of it. Like,
Well, I mean, a lot of the inspiration from the shop came from 24-hour vending machine cafes in Japan.
yeah.
And they're completely unmanned. So they would have somebody show up every once in a while to clean the place. But outside of that, no staff.
Oh wow, that's
And
cool.
so with that in mind, I was like, okay, how can I set up the place that if like we were doing stuff in the back or something, people could just walk in, like, you know, read something like our little welcome sign, just to kind of like, you know, give them as much as we can do communications. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And take that to the next level. But we wanted people to just walk in and kind of get like a feel for art, see all the different options that we have. So we got our library set up here,
Very cool.
along with a display showcasing some of the blind box options.
And I love how you did it too. I love these cases. These are acrylic, right?
Yeah. We just ordered some special sizes.
Did you
Yeah.
find them made or did you
I
have custom made?
had to get them custom made.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, usually if you want them the right way, it's always like custom.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially with the size. So like we worked with a company called Imagine Renovations to do the whole build out.
Oh, really?
And so like, yeah, I designed in Illustrator like what I wanted
Cool.
for like the library with the desk.
I
and,
used to
like,
use
all that
SketchUp.
stuff. Yeah, man.
Dude,
SketchUp.
like, I mean, it's just like, you kind of just need something, you know?
Yeah.
Now it's like, I'm sure there's so much new stuff that you could use, but dude, the fabrication is great though. Like, I mean, as soon as I walked in, I was like, dude, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted something that's like this is kind of like you know, at Disney World.
Yeah.
Walt had set up the railway, so like you're walking in, you're seeing the posters of the attractions,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like the it's kind of like the trailers for the movie, right? And so I was like,
I get it.
well, let's kind of take that same idea, right?
Yeah.
So people come in, they're seeing artists that we've got local artists and international artists, as well as stuff from people.
Shout out to Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as like folks that have like made designer toys, you know? And so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you're slowly starting to introduce people into what
Educate.
they're walking into,
Yeah.
right?
Giant
So-
robot. Great.
Yep.
I still have tons of books too. I should just throw you a bunch. I still have like,
Dude, yeah, please.
I have older stuff too. This
so-
is
so
what
yeah,
I
man.
love too. That
Hey,
the
guys.
the token.
Welcome in.
Hey guys.
Yeah, so we've got capsule machines featuring a lot of, you know, artists from Japan, as well as some studios actually from France.
Everything's Sofubi.
For the most part, yes. Outside of the pins, we have
Okay, yeah, I
enamel
see those.
pins.
These are enamel.
Yes. Yeah.
See, that's what's so awesome is like you having this shop, and then like it's like back in the day, like being able to like explain and talk about certain things. People would be like, "What is that?" But like you get it, like you know what Sofubi is, you know what enamel is, you know what resin is, you know what vinyl. Like some people just didn't. They just love the design and the work.
Yeah.
And like people like you and I were probably more into like the actual manufacturing, the making, the quality of the product, or
Sure.
like the material. That stuff matters, you know. It's like the details, and like the better the details and the quality, and the smaller, I don't know, I just always loved.
Yeah.
And like it just would blow me away when I'd see something so small at such an amazing quality and be like,
Yeah.
oh, like I don't know. I think that's why people get into the mini stuff, because like
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rament was doing stuff for years, and like it took a while for people to like kind of get into it. But when they did, it just took off.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, people would buy their like, you know, their little food things, and like they had so many different blind boxes back then. I don't know if they're still doing like stuff, but they were huge with a lot of that. But now there's so many new brands, so many like, because even like them, you said they were in Canada, Mind's Eye?
Yeah, Mind's Eye's out of Canada. Yeah,
Yeah, see, I'd never
Toronto.
even heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check them out for sure.
Yeah, I love the capsule stuff. I love it. It's not, I mean, you can get like, some stuff's just kind of wild and crazy, but I love that like when you've got like specifically an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we've got her work like here in the capsule toys, and then she's got, you know, some larger Sofubis over there. It's just, yeah, I just love that there's like different layers.
Oh yeah. I love that you have it, because Sofubi is like, it's a very niche, but it does really well.
Yeah.
Like when I was around, there was a shop in Arizona that was really big. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to show it on Instagram. But they were really heavy on the kaiju and the Sofubi and like a lot of that. And not a lot of people in other places carried it, so people would go to them, you know. And like I always loved ordering from them because like they had stuff that you would never see anywhere else, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's cool, you know, because it introduces people to artists that they would never see, especially from across the world, you know. And like in Asia, man, this stuff is incredibly cool. Like that's why I love the internet, because like sometimes I just sit on the internet and browse, like
Just find new things. Yeah, man.
That Michael Reeder is sick.
Yeah, I got that Will Blood.
Oh,
He
really?
had so his gallery was selling that, and I was able to get one.
He did
at cost.
He did.
At
I was gonna say
cost.
he did a print run the other day that was like really cheap. It was like $100, and it was like a really small run. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Because like, I love his work. I
Yeah.
think Michael is incredibly talented.
Yeah.
Like
I think he's back in Dallas.
He is. He is. He has a
yeah.
studio over near the Sylvan and 30 area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then his girlfriend, she's an artist as well. Oh my God, incredible! Like I love her stuff too, because she does like sculpture too, probably more than he does.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I love the sculpture, but yeah, no, like when I had the shop, he was kind of coming up, but he was in New Mexico at the time.
Oh, okay.
And so I had reached out, but it was like kind of towards the end. Oh, that's cool.
It's not waking up for some reason. Things that I never thought I would be doing in my life. So that reset.
I don't remember where I set my car. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, never in my life did I think I would be working on capsule machines or vending machines.
And being recorded while doing it.
Yeah. I have to figure out. I had one do this to me the other day, and it took me a little bit to get it to wake. It's like waking it up. So feel free to, if you want it to be a mystery. Yeah, no problem. Sorry about that. I have to like fix that when we're done. Yeah, so there is, I'll say this. Some of the penguin ones may be in that mystery capsule in this guy.
Sick. Look at that. They got their own little cryptocurrency.
Show the camera.
Oh, check that out.
See the same thing? Look at that.
Look at
You already
that.
said it, so I can pull audio.
I know. I was like, they got their own crypto here. It's minted. That's awesome. Are you gonna do any like NFT or like digital stuff at all? Or?
I don't know. That's one thing at a time.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's you'd be surprised. There's like a whole other, you know, it's easier to show too, because I mean,
Sure.
honestly, it's just screens. But there's a whole other world there. I mean, there's so many other artists that are in that world that aren't in the physical.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind too, because I'm like, a lot of them just don't want to be in the physical. Like they're trying to just do straight up digital work, you know, like, and a lot of people don't understand it. Obviously, still,
Sure.
it's still so early. It's kind of like whenever Atama, like for Dallas, it was still kind of a little early, you know. Like I feel like now it would murder, but like back then it was still kind of niche, you know, and still small. But now it's like everywhere. And then obviously like they're like everything's kind of coming back as far as like artists going back to the 3D and to the toys. It's just like a whole other world of artists.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes with the medium, when it shifts, it takes a little time
Oh yeah.
for it to like
I
catch
honestly
on.
think it's gonna still take another 5 years, 10
Yeah.
years, but it
Maybe
is going to
even
be.
longer than
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But it is definitely going to be, and that's what people don't realize. Like, it's like, okay, like Brian Donnelly Cause, you know, like his first figures were like 98, 99, you know, but people didn't really start buying them heavily until like mid 2000s, you know? Like we went to his first solo show at the Aldrich Contemporary in Connecticut, and dude, it was an incredible show. And back then, to me, it was like, whoa, this is like Cause, like this is cool, you know, and it was still early. And then later on, I mean, he was global.
Yeah.
But like when we were like, I mean, people knew him, but they didn't really know him, you know? And so it took, you know, it's been what, 20 something plus years, and look at him now. He's fucking everywhere in the world. Like he's got sculptures and statues, like, and you name it, you know, and beautiful works. And it's just anything, you know. It's like everything kind of takes its time, and some people don't have the patience to wait, you know. But that's what happens with anything. But I definitely think that the digital and the NFT space is going to still be like a massive thing, like very, very massive. Like, yeah. And I think it's still going to correlate with this too, though.
Yeah.
I think there will be a lot of crossover.
I mean, if anything, it's, I mean, again, another medium. Right?
That's what I was about to say. It's almost like you're reintroducing it to them as like it was never there.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, some of these artists are really young and they don't know that world.
Yeah.
You know, and it's an opportunity. It
But
really
I mean,
is.
even within the toy world, it was like you had people that were doing illustration, gig posters, paintings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're all of a sudden introducing a new medium of the art toy. And people are like, what? You want me to paint this? Like, what do you want?
And then like, you want this thing to have accessories? Like what? I gotta make like it got wild.
Yeah.
That's what made me love it though, is that like there was a lot of detail. There was a lot of thought put into it, and there still is.
Yeah.
And I think it's just getting better. When I'm in here, I'm going like, I would carry all this stuff. I wouldn't even second guess it like, at all. Like there's nothing I've seen that I'd be like, like I would probably have a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's really, really great stuff. Like.
Bye, guys. See you, Soul. Bye, Silas.
Bye, man. He was doing his little match game. I was like, that's awesome. Do you get a lot of
See you guys.
UNT students? See you guys.
Yeah, little by little. There's also another college that's pretty close to here. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but
I know out here there's like UNT, TWU, and then there's another one. Yeah, I don't know what it is. That's the thing, is I'm not really familiar with Lewisville. I know Denton, which is weird, but I don't know Lewisville. My sister wants to move out here. Huh? He goes, hipster.
Hipster.
He always calls me a hipster.
I only know Denton.
Tell me about
Only
these.
Denton and Dallas, and that's it. What's Lewisville? Yeah, man. So
Like the in-between? Oh.
here let me tell you how we got here.
Okay.
So
Am I in the way? I'm just kidding.
you're fine.
No,
As long as you're okay.
You guys are totally fine.
Yeah, as long as you guys are okay.
How do you guys like your snacks?
Good?
That's awesome.
You got the matcha.
Oh, you got matcha? Very cool.
Yeah, it's a good mix. We get onigiris on the Fridays and Saturdays from a local shop called Hoshi.
Local?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Hoshi Japanese. Well, I mean, you have to get them local because of the way onigiris are made.
I didn't know if maybe you shipped them in like overnight or something. In Lewisville?
Yeah. No, they're actually over in Frisco, Plano.
Cool.
Yeah. So, talking with my wife, you know, I'm 42. I was like, we were trying to figure out what the next like season. You know, I've been doing some form of graphic design and communication arts type of stuff for well over a decade.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, you know, you've always loved designer toys. You know, why not open up your own designer toy shop? And I was like, well, because it's Lewisville. Most, you know, even in the area, I mean, you know, it's like most people are like, what's an art toy?
Yeah.
You know, and so we were on a trip to Japan and came across these 24-hour vending machine cafes. And it just made us think that it was like, hey, if we do something like this and bring in some good food options so that it's not just like your typical like M&Ms and things like that, then we can get the everyman to come in for the good food.
Exactly.
And then you just surround them with cool art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so yeah, that's kind of how we got to this point.
There was a shop in the Netherlands that I always loved. That it was 2 floors. Upstairs was more of like art gallery, like showroom displays, but then the downstairs was like a shop / cafe, and I always wanted to do like some kind of coffee, beer, and wine, but I just never did it because like I was always like, I don't know if it'll cross over. and I regret it because I wish I would have done it, because I think that it would have definitely brought in a whole new demographic, a whole new customer, because obviously not everyone understands what this is, but it allows them to come in and get something and then feel a part of it, and then they come back and then they get involved, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't have that one thing. And that's one thing when we sat down and we talked, and I remember you telling me that you wanted to do some stuff. Like, I loved that idea, because I was like, that's gonna help so much, even over like, you know, just expenses. It's another revenue, you know? And you definitely need those, because they're not everybody, like I said, not everybody comes in and goes, I want a blind box. They're gonna love it, they're gonna think it's cool. Eventually they probably will taste it, but like you said, everybody knows what a coffee tastes like. Everybody knows what, like, something sweet, you know, and they're gonna. It's something that they can at least get and they know they'll enjoy. But then come back later, and then it's kind of like the hook.
Yeah.
But no, these are sick, dude. Like, tell me more. I mean,
Thanks, man. Yeah. So we've got, we're finishing up our tour here. So we've got the capsule machines, blind boxes with a handful of smaller figures, you know, whatever we can get into the machine themselves, right? Yeah, I love Super 7 stuff.
Super 7 is just one of my favorites.
Yeah. But anything that's too big for the vending machines, we saw the retail area over here, as well as online through our website.
I was going to say, are you guys going to do it online, sir?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool.
I'll show it to you a little bit later, too.
Okay, cool.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Then we've got our hot coffee machine, which Edison Coffee provides our beans for us, and they're a local place.
I was going to say, are they Dallas or?
They're here.
I say Dallas because I'm so used to Dallas. I'm like,
only in Dallas and
I
Denton.
know.
I only know Dallas and Denton. Come on, man. Lewisville is the bridge.
I believe it.
We are the bridge.
You guys have a beautiful lake. I'll say that.
Okay, thank you.
There you go.
So so they're actually over in the Old Town area.
Oh, cool.
So they're great to work with.
And Old Town is where you kind of wanted to be at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember when we first talked, you were kind of trying to be in their, like, is that their square center, like?
Yeah, kind of. So it's I'll say the city has really been supportive of the arts. Like,
very cool.
Things are. I was on the arts board. I served on the arts board for a couple of years.
Oh wow, that's very cool. I didn't know
public art, and so I've just seen. I've had a lot of conversations with folks in the city that have been really wanting to see art like flourish in Lewisville.
Very cool.
And so, well, I completely lost my train of thought after that.
Oh, no,
but you're good. But anyways, so the coffee, we'll have more options coming, but out of the vending machines, and then we work with Japanese grocery distributors as well as a handful of local places. Like I was saying, like with Edison, Emporium Pies, Hoshi Japanese sweets, and Marty B's.
What?
Yeah,
That's
man.
super sick.
So we've got our drink machine, we've got 2 food machines, and then our ice cream machine. And so again, featuring all kinds of stuff that you could possibly imagine. I loved. I believe we're the only folks on this side of DFW that serves Emporium.
Probably. I mean, they're in my neighborhood, so I go.
Sure. Yeah.
I love them though.
Hey, but for the folks that it's like
favorites.
love them, but that 45-minute drive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're like, wait, I can get Emporium right down the street
Oh
from me now.
yeah.
So.
No, very cool.
Yeah.
That's a very, very cool thing.
Yeah, and then Hoshi Japanese Cafe, amazing. So we get their obanyakis, which is basically like a Japanese like pancake.
Okay.
And it's filled with different things. So we've got Japanese curry, ham and cheese with wasabi mayo.
What?
Yeah, and then custard that they've got that's so good. And they also do these onigiris for us.
Yeah, the onigiris are sick.
Yeah, dude, so good. And they're the Texas size onigiris, so a little bit bigger than the normal onigiris. But yeah, people love them, and they've been great. Marty B's provides all of our protein packs for us. They're great if you haven't been out to their shop.
Where are they at? No, I don't.
They're on the, I believe it's Argyle. Heading towards Argyle.
Okay. I'm familiar with Argyle.
Yeah. And then,
There's a lot of ranches out there.
And then we've got our ice cream machines.
Are these all temperature controlled?
Yes.
Very cool.
All of them are temperature controlled.
Very
In fact,
cool.
every machine has a refrigeration setup, but whether we did that so that we could, if we needed to grow a different machine or take another machine over, we could.
Makes sense. Oh, you got ice cream too?
Yeah, we got different ice cream options. These are probably some of our biggest hits. These Japanese like wafer.
Yeah, I've never seen them.
Dude, they're good.
I go up to Mitsuwa Market, like up in Plano, because it's like the only place that you can get really like authentic, like Japanese like stuff, and they always have stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what that is, but I want to try that. I want to try that. But it's fun. And sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what the packaging says, obviously.
Well, Mitsuwa is actually where I came across Hoshi.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
very cool.
they were doing some pop-up stuff there.
Yeah, dude, it's such a cool little like store. They were one of my clients for a while. That whole shopping center, Legacy One, I think it's Legacy 100. I think is what it's called. I don't remember. It's Legacy something, but it's on Legacy. But yeah, man, I love Mitsu. I wish it was in Dallas because no, because these will cancel out anything outside of.
Yeah, wherever my phone is, I can change that too.
As long as he's good with audio.
Because the other thing too is like I had one of my.
Well, some of the stuff too, it's like you don't have to. Whatever.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys will put it together.
Like one of my friends has a grocery store and he has a freezer, like a walk-in.
You guys
freezer.
have a good one, man. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you guys.
He would always come in when we first opened and would get these chocolate wafer ones.
All right.
And like we had like a window where they were just out of stock, but he came in almost every day to check.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I'm working on it, man. We'll get more. And so
That feeling, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's because it's like you want to satisfy everybody because like they're coming to you. You know?
Yeah.
And it's, sometimes you're like, I'm gonna have it, I just don't have it right now. You know. You're
Yeah.
like,
But he would like he'll come and sit with some friends, but they also like a lot of people just treat it like a convenience store, man. So
That's
some
sick.
people come and just hang out. Other people just come in, get the stuff that they want. Because I mean, a lot of the stuff, the closest place you can get is Carrollton.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So
Very cool.
We don't have.
It's cool that you're doing the crossover though.
Yeah.
Because it still falls in line. You know, you have like Western culture with like
Yeah.
the little bit of the Eastern culture and the food too. It's very cool.
Well, the idea was to treat the whole place like a gallery, right? So we're curating everything from designer toys to the culinary arts,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so
I see it.
trying to mix it up and introduce people to new things.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, I love
this
it.
is Purpose Macarons. So this is
cool.
Joy.
Joy.
So yeah, this is I don't know, like off the record, I guess. So this basically is Joy Macarons.
They're just doing like a different
Yeah.
brand?
So
Oh, cool.
Joy decided not to do wholesale anymore and just focus on their shops.
Makes
But they
sense.
basically kind of parted ways and gave their blessing to the kitchen that produced all of their wholesale side. And so they basically became Purpose Macarons like after that. But
So where are they like out of now? Are they still?
their kitchen, I can't remember their kitchen's at. I
Okay.
think that their kitchen's in like Plano or something.
Okay, yeah.
But obviously Joy is still
yeah.
Bishop Arts.
Yeah, they have it's like right on
Yeah.
Davis and I think it's Davis and Sylvan. I think no, Davis and Tyler.
Yeah.
Davis and Tyler. Yeah. Yeah, they're still there.
But yeah,
Yeah, I used to go there all the time because they have like the little sandwich ones, the bigger ones. They're so
dude,
good.
they're so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got ramen options.
Oh, you have ramen? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and even when Hoshi's not in stock, it's usually packed with other
That's what the
ramen
microwave
options.
is for. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, we got our hot water station for any of the ramen, and then actually, the Hoshi stuff, any of it can be heated up in those bags.
Oh,
So
very
if you
cool.
want to try, like, if you want obviously your ham and cheese to be hot, you can
Yeah,
throw it in our
yeah.
microwave here and get it warmed up.
Very cool.
But then we've got our art gallery featuring artists from all over the place, like we were talking about. And
Are you wanting to do like shows and stuff?
yeah,
too?
yeah. We're hoping. My hope is to like by summer, we're doing group shows.
Oh, cool.
A lot of like themed, like we'll have like a certain theme of stuff, and be inviting an artist and doing group shows and stuff. Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
The gallery side, I'm still fairly new to.
Okay.
And so trying to learn, as much as I can even learn from you.
Yeah, of
to,
course.
like,
I was about to
what,
say, let me know, man. You already know. I'm down to help, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I even wanted to come in and just create a bunch of content, too. Because, like, I don't just want to post it, like, once or twice. I'm going to be posting you a lot. You know?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I promise that. Like, I mean, I've got, like, a massive email list I'm going to hit up. I've got a, like, I don't just throw, like, stuff at them. That's the only thing. Like, because I think people think that, like, stuff that I put on my personal is, like, but I have so many other, like, Instagram accounts that I, like, deal with or, like, social accounts. So I don't really focus on mine ever. And people
Yeah.
think that I do, and I'm like, I don't really have time to. It seems like it, but I really don't. Like, if you see, like, the other stuff that I do, because we just manage so many different, like, clients and like, social accounts. But I definitely want to push this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever got? I'm just curious. So this is a private collection. It's my art that I've collected.
Cool.
Once I got everything up, I was like, man, these are all faces. It's like I didn't set out to like.
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't set out to buy art. They just focused on faces. But as I was putting everything up, and I didn't get all these things at one time, like these were just collected.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Oh,
before,
trust me, I know.
once everything was up, I was like, man, I guess this like falls in line with the like community and like the love for connection and people. And so it's just seeing, it's like I have an obsession with like faces and people
Oh man.
and things like that.
I get it. I'm so like, when I'm into something, it's like, I'm a very like all or nothing type of person.
Yeah.
So like if I'm into it, it's like everything, my attention, my money, everything, you know? Or, like, but if I'm not, I'm just kind of like out of sight, out of mind. And it's, some people will probably get annoyed by that, but it's just, that's just how my brain works. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like even when I was in toys, like my world was toys. Like I was just, that's all I cared about. That's all I was, I paid attention to. And that's, I mean, that's what I collected, you know? It's just, I don't know, it's probably the OCD, but I get it, man. Like most of your collectors are like that anyways. Like
Yeah.
they're very, like once they know what they want, they go after it, you know? Like I had people that only collected like kaiju. I had people that only collected blind box. I had people that only came in for prints. Like it was very rare that you would have somebody that would come in and take a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It was always very like, oh, this person only likes this kind of stuff, or like, oh, this person always wants framed prints. They don't want just like a print, you know? It's like
Yeah.
things like that. I mean, you'll realize, you'll see.
Yeah. I know for me, like I tend to try to encourage people like, I love collecting. Like I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, it's like really look, like I try to encourage people to find that one piece. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if something is like immediately out of your price range, it's something you could save up for, you know? And it's like, don't worry about trying to get every
Everything.
version of something. But if you have that one thing that like resonates with you,
Yep.
then get that. Focus
It's very,
on that.
and that's like, I'm that way because like, I love very illustration-based stuff. So like, I tried to show that more than, and you'd be surprised, not everybody loves the illustration stuff like I did, you know? Now, I feel like it's like everywhere. But
Yeah.
back then, some people were still just like, if it wasn't pop culture-y or if it didn't have like a pop culture reference, they just didn't know or understand or who it was. But now, I mean, it's just like with the way that Instagram is, the way TikTok is, like artists are everywhere. So people are getting exposed to it. And so like, there's more of a love for it. And so I'm like, when I come in here, this is heaven. Like, I mean, because it's like, to me, I always said like, an artist that creates from like nothing, to me is just so much more powerful than someone that like is inspired or like resonates or like puts in like a pop culture figure or something just to like kind of connect. I feel more that someone that just like created some doodle that I'd never seen and somehow that world is in their mind is true art form. And to me, it just like, that's what art, because I don't have that. I can't do that. And like, even if I wanted to, I can't create all these like characters. I love them, but I don't know, that's not me. So when I see that, I'm just like, you have this gift and this ability that like is insane. Do you not realize that? And some people don't. And you're like, how do you not know you're amazing? Like, you know? And it really does. Sometimes it takes that person to really like encourage them to keep doing it, or encourage that there's value there, or that like it really brings joy. And I think like probably the two biggest things like with Otama that I would always try to like push is like joy and just love. And I think those were the two things that like when you came in, I never wanted someone to come in and feel like sad, or if they did, that's what the community like, how was your day? What's going on, man? Like, tell me, let's talk about something that brings joy, you know? And like, sometimes it would feel like you're like a therapist almost, you know? But it's like, it's that community, you know? And you start to build that over time, and then people just, they love that, you know? And I think if there's any reason that people connect to stuff like this, it's that, you know, community, like that, just that ability to like elevate them.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has
I mean, it's like we were talking about when you first got here is, so, you know, the shop, the reason we did the shop, one, is we wanted to be a beacon for the arts.
Absolutely.
And then two, a place of connection.
Very cool.
Where community come hang out,
Yeah.
spend some time, whether you're working, studying, or just meeting up with friends,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Like I remember
so-
even when we sat down, you talked about that,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, yeah, man, like hit that hard, because it's very important. It's like the lifeblood.
Yeah.
It really is. And you'll start to see, because like I said, you'll market, but then you'll have other artists and people market because they'll feel that and they want to feel that sense of being a part of it.
I just want to drink so I can carry something around, and
That's how
I'll feel
I
more relaxed. Yeah.
Same. I don't know why I just need something in my hands to not feel.
It's
like,
it's a safety thing, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I know.
When I play music and I just put that guitar over me, it's like that's the.
Do you still play a lot?
Yeah. I mean, I play out of the church mostly, and then for myself.
Oh, sick. Oh, so you played the church.
Yeah, and then obviously, like I've got my gear in here. So like,
I was gonna say,
yeah.
you play
I
around
haven't
here sometimes?
stopped. I haven't stopped working on music.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. This little Michael Reader.
What was I grabbing?
Bounty
I may have to get a
hunters.
soda because I don't have anything.
Tell me your weight, let me know.
No, you're good. I'm gonna do one of these vanilla creams.
James Jarvis is definitely like one of my all-time faves.
James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you were talking about grails, his King Ken, that pink one, is probably one of mine.
Is it?
I just love the King Kens. They're so old and like, you know, but I just always love the
Yeah.
King Kens. Yeah.
I have like all the crossover stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I remember, like, it's funny because like the bounty hunter stuff back in the day too, like
Yeah.
that's like old stuff, man. Yeah, I was looking at all this stuff. Like I have a lot of these. I have a lot of the whole sets. I just always love the Amos stuff, man.
Yeah. I hadn't like collected Amos stuff, and I loved the stuff forever. And then I found a guy on Facebook that was like, he wanted his collection to like go to like a good home,
Sick.
and so I was like, dude,
It happens a lot, man. Like I'm like that. I won't like I throw up art sometimes and people hit me up and I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to sell it to you because I know what I paid for stuff and I'm really selling stuff for really cheap, but like I want it to go to the right place. Like,
Yeah.
I want it to go to
Sure.
someone that's gonna like either continue like buying art or like really like care about like what it is. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Is this where you shoot everything?
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. I try to showcase the toys in a little bit different way than
Oh yeah,
just
that's like the funnest part.
yeah.
The more you play, like you'll realize, man, it just feels. That's Mishka, right? Mishka with Greg.
No,
Mike?
that's Mad Balls.
Oh.
You remember Mad Balls back in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did.
Who's the artist on this though?
I don't know. I
Oh,
mean,
that's what I
you
was
would
saying.
definitely feel like that's inspired by him.
By Mishka for
Yeah.
sure. Like yeah, that's what I
But
thought.
yeah, these are all Mad Balls from the 80s.
Very cool.
But they did Frozen Culture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
It kind of reminds me of like a mixture between Greg Mike and then Mishka. Like if they like collabed on
Yeah.
something, kind of, yeah. Like that little eyeball.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they were inspired by those back in the
that's
day.
the other thing. Oh, dude, love it.
Which one?
Reach, right here.
Oh, yeah.
I have all those, like the pink, the right. Yeah.
I'm missing the pink one. I have the white, the black, and the yellow.
I have all four.
You do?
Yeah. Reach was always one of my faves.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. It's like some artists that I love, people just didn't care about, you know? That's just
Well,
what it is.
I mean, at this point too, what's wild is like, I mean, again, we have an entire generation of like artists and art that like maybe was oversaturated at the time, but now it's gotten
don't
to a
think it was.
place
It
that
just-
it's like, I don't know a lot of people that know Reach,
Yeah.
but I want people to know Reach's stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's the same thing with like Tim Biscup. I mean, he's doing more like big art pieces and things like that. He's not doing much in the toy realm anymore, but I want people to be introduced to his work. You know, through that.
Even someone like Marco 27, you know, that's if there's anything that really kind of got me into designer toys, it was his mini gods.
Yeah.
Like, cause it was the first time I'd ever seen like a toy, but then he had like the little speaker in it, and this was like, this is like early 2000s, man. Like, and I would go to like these graffiti shows, and my buddy Eric, who in Strange Ways sometimes would have like a little pop up with like the mini gods just to display. And
Yeah.
I remember seeing them one time and just being like, holy shit, what is that? That's sick. Like, you know, and like everyone's like all like into the graffiti. I'm just like sitting here just like staring at the mini gods like, what is this, you know? And then like I just jumped on the internet and started like looking up stuff, and then I just found like art toys and stuff, and it just went from there.
Yeah.
I went insane.
Do you have like the one piece that like if I got rid of all my stuff, this would be the one? I
Oh
would
yeah,
keep?
it's a piece from him, and he gave it to me.
Yeah.
My ex and I went to go visit him in New York at his studio when he was in Brooklyn, and one of the mini gods that he did, it was a Mexican version. He had it in his office, and he's like, "Here, you can have it." And I was just like, "What?" Like,
Yeah,
no
that's
way.
cool.
And it meant a lot because of like, you know, that's what kind of, and it still sits on my desk.
Yeah.
It's like one piece that I'll never get rid of.
Mine was this guy over here.
That's it, yeah.
Invisible Creature,
Oh.
Leroy C. right over here. So this piece right
Oh
here.
yeah, dude.
My wife got this for me for it was basically my first Father's Day.
You have kids?
Yeah, I have one daughter.
Oh, I
she's
didn't know that.
14. Yeah, so my wife had gotten me that, and it has like the Invisible Creature. Those guys are like two of my favorite designers.
Oh yeah.
Like out there. And then the fact that they did this art toy, which kind of got me into the world of art toys.
Very cool.
And then that with the sentiment of being that it was like my first Father's Day.
Very cool.
It's like if I had to get rid of all the toys,
and just keep
that would be the
There's
one.
always that, like even painting. Like I have a commission piece that Carlos Don Juan did of my mom.
Yeah.
And my mom has like this autoimmune disease, and this was a time where she had developed cancer in her thyroid, and it was a really tough era because like she had like the autoimmune disease on top of, and we weren't sure what was going to happen, and she got really bad. And I had taken a portrait of her when I was first starting to shoot, so it was like a terrible portrait, but it was like my mom,
Yeah.
and so I had asked Carlos to like paint a portrait of the portrait that I took, and he did. And like when I look at it, it's like it's my mother, but the way that I see her, and it's like my mom has like sometimes I wake up and one of my eyes is bigger than the other, and my mom does that too. And on this particular day, that was like one eye was a little bit bigger than the other, and he captured that. But like people might go like, "What? That's a little." But to me, it's like that's my mother. Like it's like when I look at her, I see everything, and I see the imperfections, the perfections, and it's like it just meant. And then so when I look at that, like other people might be like, "Oh, it's a painting of your mom," but for me, it's just like you don't understand. Like that's number one. She overcame it. She's obviously like in remission. We got there. Go for it.
Okay. Hey. Sorry. We were working in the back.
Do you have to get a quick signature for this?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Let's see what this is.
More Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Our books.
Yeah. This has been
Oh, very
out
cool.
forever, and people have been asking for it.
Oh, cool. Who are you getting books to right now?
It depends. Some of them are off
Is
of
that
like.
Murakami?
Yeah, some of them are from Fair,
Oh, cool.
and then honestly, some of them are from Amazon. Cause
Oh, cool. Yeah. I mean, dude,
Amazon gets the discount, and hey, take advantage of big.
Like you'd be shocked. Even like if you go into half-price books,
Yeah.
there's still so many good classics that you could sell at retail because
Yeah.
people just don't go in there.
Yeah.
And it's not even you're not doing anything wrong. Like, dude. It's,
Well, I mean, yeah, and a lot of this stuff. I mean, again, it's like
I used to
people
buy
aren't
stuff
looking.
From,
People aren't
yeah,
looking.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
the fact that they're like finding stuff
Dude,
is
those
really
are-
what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. That's another thing that I really do. I really do. I love art books too.
But finish your story about the painting and your mom.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it was just like it just meant a lot because like it's her, and it's
Yeah.
like everyone that sees it knows that it's my mother, And now she looks a lot stronger, looks a lot better. She's very healthy. I mean, she still has the autoimmune thing, but like, it's not as life threatening right now.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where he hit it, and it's like I couldn't have asked somebody to do a better job. I couldn't have asked somebody to do, like, to capture her the way that, like, because I told him, I said, what you see, don't perfect her, like, and he did it, and I was just like, wow. And it means so much, and it's like in my room by my desk,
Yeah.
and like I look at it all the time, and like she's still around, but it's still like it moves me because she's overcome a lot, you know. And they're very like my parents are very conservative. They're very like faith based, like. And they're very serving and good people. And like, that's hard to find nowadays, And she's one of those old schools that like, people are like, I live this faith or I live this belief or I'm a Christian. And, they say it and it's one thing and they live it. But like, it's like with my parents, like I can honestly say throughout my life, I've never seen people as committed to, belief, religion, church, service, just as they are, like they live that shit. Like, and I know it sounds bad, but they just do.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And so to me, it's that, I still have a love and a respect for them for that.
Yeah.
And I believe in God and stuff, but I don't go to church anymore. But like, I love that they do, because I'm like, it's just, I've seen what it did in their life,
Yeah.
And to me, it's moved, and I know that their covering is like helped me and like guided me and like gotten me out of things that I probably got myself into. So it's just, it's just a love, and it's in that painting, and so that's like one of the, if there was a painting, it's that one.
Yeah. Which, man, I mean, that's one of the reasons I love art so much, is the fact that it's like, it is a powerful gift.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like that one piece, you know what I'm saying, that evokes all of that emotion and memory for you.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
there's times where like even like I'll be in my room just like praying and stuff, just me, and I'll look at it, I'll start weeping, but it's because like I know the story, I know her, her life, I know what we've endured as a family, as like even me, and so it's powerful, man, and like to know somebody that could do that, it's cool. It's cool. That's what I love art, man. Like
I think art is needed because of things like that, because of the way that it has that ability to like transcend.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's pulling out different emotions from us, reminding us of things. It can be like encouraging and challenging, all in the same piece.
Oh, yeah.
The same piece can be multiple things to different people.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. It's like the whole, it's cheesy, but it's like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Like you see it, and it might mean something to you, and someone else might see it. It means a whole other thing, but both can be so powerful and life changing and impactful, and it's beautiful. It really is, man.
But yeah, I think we definitely, art is so needed.
Who is
because
this?
of that.
I know the art.
Are you
but
kidding
like,
me?
No, I know. Like I'm talking about the figure. No, I'm talking about the actual like sculpt. I know the artist, but
Oh, who did it?
yeah.
Metacom?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they produced it. It's one of their UVD lines.
Oh, I haven't
Or
seen
VUD. Vinyl doll. What is it?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it.
Yeah,
That's why.
VCD, vinyl collectible doll.
Yeah.
Took me a minute.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I meant like the actual skull.
No, sorry. Yeah, for a second I was like, you
Because
don't
like,
know
that's
basket?
No, yeah. No, it's like because nowadays, obviously there's like newer companies that are sculpting and producing. So, and I'd never seen that sculpt.
Yeah, Metacom's based out of Japan.
Yeah, I love Metacom.
And so a lot of the stuff
Metacom's like, I just didn't know that they did that.
Yeah.
Because like even now, there's a shop that I still pay attention to just because they get a lot of Medicom stuff, but I haven't seen those. They're in California.
They'll do big pieces. So like the vinyl collectible dolls, they tend to come in like the bigger packages. So like this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is the one they had, like a Snoopy.
Yeah. See, like back in the day, they would do mainly bear bricks, coup bricks, and then they would do a few pieces here and there, like with artists, but not. I'd never seen like other like sculpts like that.
Yeah. I don't know if I've heard the full story, like how you got into, like, when you opened Atama, and I think the first time I visited was when you were still in the like upstairs balcony. Yeah.
So I used to work for Kid Robot. This was like 09, 10 maybe, and then
that was the Dallas location.
Yeah.
Mockingbird.
So originally it was supposed to be just a pop up. Like it was supposed to be. I think originally it was only going to be like 3 months. But it did well, so they extended it to like 6 months, and then they extended it to like 9 months, and then it ended up being like I think like almost a year. And then obviously like the economy kind of got weird, and so they were kind of like, are we gonna stay? Are we gonna leave? And they decided to pull the Dallas store, and then I think they had a store in London at the time, and they decided to close that one too. And so obviously there was an audience in Dallas, and like nobody really carried like vinyl except for like way back in the day, like Tower Records. I don't know if you're familiar with Tower. Yeah. And I mean, that's what really got me into stuff too. But there was always like an audience here, and obviously like after working for the shop, I mean, I didn't want it to go away, and I had met Philip Sterling, who is the original owner of Center. And so Philip had opened Center in like 2007, and it was in Mockingbird Station too. So obviously like we'd go over there and hang out, and we knew mutual people. And originally it was supposed to just be like, hey dude, like why don't you carry some blind boxes since like they're gone, and like obviously like it's extra money for their shop, type. And then it went from that to like, well, what if we did our own space? And then it was like, okay, well, will it be its own space, or will it be like, and so it was just like kind of like trying to figure things out. And it was originally supposed to be like 4 of us. It was like me, this guy named Brantley, this girl, she lives up in New York now, Lauren, Tony Schwa, and then obviously Philip. But then like because it's everything always takes longer than it's supposed to. You know,
Yeah,
obviously,
for
like
sure.
some people couldn't wait around, you know, because I mean they needed a job type thing. So yeah, I mean like over time we just kept talking about the idea, and as we were talking about it, you know, like I just told Philip like, hey, I'll work at the shop, pay me whatever you want. I don't care because I mean obviously like I want to do the Atama thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I literally just like kind of started helping him at center while we were kind of like getting everything going, and there was this like gown wedding space that was where center is now, and it's the space that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it used to be this like this couture like designer guy. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he got evicted or something, and like that space became available. And it was like perfect timing because like we were looking for something, and then it was kind of like, well, what if we incubated it? What if we had like the toy shop upstairs
Yeah.
and then center downstairs? And it just, that's how it kind of all started from there. And so we moved center from where it was originally, where it was like in this space behind Gap in a smaller space, and then moved into that larger space, and center became like the streetwear shop downstairs. Atama was upstairs, and when we first opened, we only did toys. Like we didn't do any art, any prints, nothing.
Yeah.
And I met a girl named Lisa Bailey through a friend of ours, Hans, who was our designer, and an incredible designer. He's the one that does By Way of Dallas. And so Lisa was an illustrator, and she showed me some of her work, and I was like, hey man, you should put a painting like in the shop. And then all of a sudden, like little by little, artists were like, are you gonna start showing art? And then it just became this thing of like, why don't we show art, you know? And then I wanted to show art, but we didn't have the space, you know? And over time, obviously, like I wanted it to kind of have its own space, but it obviously like expenses were, so it was one of those things where it's like, should we try it in its own space, you know? And so we were in this state of like, we'll never know if we don't try it,
Sure.
you know? And that space in front of Starbucks became available, kind of like how that space was. Because this is, I mean, two, maybe 3 years had gone by before we actually took it out.
Yeah.
But it was cool because we were able to incubate it and like kind of grow a base. And then obviously there was already like a base. So we just kind of built on that. And then once we opened into that other space, that's when we really started doing like the prints and like the original art. Like even I started bringing in sculptures, like things like that. And that's really where Atama like kind of became like Atama. It was in that space because, I mean, even like, you know, Gary coming to the grand opening, that was random. Gary Baseman was just like in town and showed up,
That's
you
cool.
know? You know, Ron coming to the shop. I mean, there were so many different people that would just walk into the shop and like accidentally sometimes they would be looking for it, you know? And it was the fact that we had the art in like that space, and all the art was up on that top wall. And when
Yeah.
you're driving by, you could
remember that.
see it from like, as soon as you pulled in the station. And so, you know, over time, you know, people just wanted to see more art, and like I wanted to show more art, and I kind of started falling in love with the art, and so it kind of just evolved into like that larger space. And I always wanted to do shows, but obviously in that little space, it just got too packed. Like, you know, we would do shows, and like people would be outside, and like I'd get issues with like the station because there'd be people on the sidewalk and on the street, you know. And so eventually, Buddha Juice wanted the space that we were in, and there was a larger space on the backside. And so we worked out a deal to where like we took over that back space, they took over our space, and you know, I knew we were gonna lose like walkthrough, but I thought we could make it up with the shows.
Yeah.
But the problem is like, man, like that daily walkthrough, especially there, like you needed it. You know, back then you needed it because like
Yeah.
I didn't have those extra items like drinks and like, you know, so it's like if someone wasn't coming in to buy stuff, I mean, like it hurt, you know.
Yeah.
And people still came in, people
Right.
still bought stuff. It's just we didn't have that random like, you know, 5, 10, 20 people that just were like, what is this? Okay, I'm gonna spend $20 here, or like I don't know what this is, but this is cool. I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
We would have some, but not like when we were in that first space. And so, you know, it just became a lot more work, and it was a lot. And so I just, you know, for me, I got tired, man. Like, I mean, 6.5, 7 years of that is
A lot. Yeah.
a lot, you know. And so we did about a year there, and then again, we had one of those like economic, just like situations where people stopped spending, and we were obviously in this market, in this niche. When people stop spending, the first thing they stop spending is on things that they want. You know, they buy things that they need, but
Yeah.
if they want something, they can't. You know, and so
Yeah.
it was that, you know, there was that element too. And so it just kind of got to a place where it's like we just had to make a decision, you know, and it hurt. You know, I went through a deep depression after, you know, because for a long time I was like, I failed, you know, like it hurt, you know, it's like my baby, you know, and it's like on paper it failed, you know, and like everyone obviously loved it, everyone still talks about, but like to me, like when I look at the numbers, it didn't surpass what it was going to. And yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where like I was low for a while, man, because like I felt like I failed artists, I felt like I failed my family, I felt like I failed myself, and so it took a while to really understand like what happened, and that's kind of what took me through like the whole economic journey and all the finance and like, because like I wanted to get better because I didn't know if it was me, you know.
Sure.
But now understanding, it was the era, what we were going through, and now people understand it more because it's happening more and more, especially in Dallas. Like you open a restaurant in Dallas, like some people don't even last like 6 months, man. It's wild, you know.
The fact that you guys are around for 7 years is a feat.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely,
yeah,
you
amazing.
know? And that's, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, and some people do, like people that do business totally get it, because they're like, holy shit, like how, you know, because we sold toys to adults. I mean, I tell people that the first thing I ever really did like by myself like that was that, and it was when you tell people I sold toys to adults, they're like, what, you know, they don't get that, like how did you, you know, but it was like a journey that like I felt like that's why I tell you, like the fact that you're here, the fact that you did it, and the fact that you're gonna feel that, like there's no greater feeling than that, especially when you have understanding, you know. And back then I was still young, you know, like I did it with passion, and that's great. People are passionate, but there's also still a business side to it, you know. And if you don't understand that fully, you need to learn it, because you need to learn it from a balance sheet, and it's important. And I think that now, I mean, I could probably start anything now, and it would probably do pretty well, because I have a complete different understanding, you know. Like even something like this, I could make it work, you know, like because I have the knowledge and the understanding now, especially with the mentors that I've had, the experiences that I've had. I mean, I've scaled multiple businesses. I've helped develop multiple business now, and just a whole different person, you know. Are you doing any of
every mistake is progress.
Very cool.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, you feel like you've learned so much from that, from your time at Atama. It's like now when you head into your next business, or, I mean, even our conversations with like this place. I mean, essentially, your influence is why we're standing in this place. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So, and yeah, we wouldn't have this place if it wasn't for those trips up to Atama to check it out and be like, because it just fed into me like that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
you know, if there's anything that like excites me, it's that. It's the fact that like, just to know that like, man, like someone else is doing it, you know? Because like you have to understand, like people ask me all the time, like why doesn't anybody do it? Like, and I'm like, you don't realize how hard it is.
Yeah.
Like even to like get this product, even to build these relationships, it's no easy task. Like, dude, this isn't like, it's not like some corporate thing where like there's just a system. It's like, no, these are like individual people that like you've got to like build trust, and they've got to go, man, I really trust this person. I want to work with them, or, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like even now, I still work with tons of the artists from Atama. Like, and despite the shop, despite like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, those relationships have lasted that long. And don't get me wrong, there's people that like probably feel butthurt about the shop closing, or butthurt that I don't work with but I can't, you know what I mean? Like I just don't have the time or the energy anymore, you know? I'm older now, and I've got things that I want to do too. But I mean, yeah, man, like I would have never traded it. I miss it so much. Even when I come in here, do you understand the joy? Even seeing all the tables, because I know when this thing fills up, you're gonna be like, whoa, like that feeling is just, it's different when you see something that like your sweat, your money, your time, your energy went into, and then other people appreciate it and value it, and it's meaningful. It just, there's nothing like that. Like you can't recreate that. You can't make that up. It's like, it has to be genuine, you know? And that's even why when we sat down, I was like, man, like when you told me that you wanted to have something very community, I loved it, because I told you about the table, what the table was, you know? And in the beginning, we didn't have that, you know, and that's really what made the shop was that table, man. It really did. People would come up and work, and back then, that wasn't really like a thing. Everybody was still like corporate, clocking in, going into an actual build. Now people work from home, they work hybrid. So it's like people could come in here and work, you know, or even if you wanted to charge them like a little bit, I mean, that they wouldn't mind that because it's such a cool space, you know, even if you don't, just saying, you know, but yeah, it's just, it does, man. It builds community. It means something to them. It brings them joy. And like, to me, it's like, no matter what happened, the ups, the downs, the depression, all of it, like I wouldn't trade it, you know, because like I'm standing here and even just hearing you say that, so meaningful, because like when you look at your life, you don't go like, man, I want to be like this, but you definitely want to impact people. You definitely want to influence people. And like to see someone, you know, to even say something like that's crazy, you know, that's beautiful. Someone's going to tell you that, you know, some kid might come in here and be like, dude, I took art to another level because you had that space, you know? Just watch. It's going to be cool, man.
Yeah. It
really is. And there's nothing better than that. It's like I said, I'll go to like events and stuff with people that were kids in the shop and now they're like adults. Some of them are in bands, some of them are artists, some of them are like, but it's those relationships, man. They're so, you can't beat that.
It makes it worth it. Because I mean, like, you know, like you said, it's like we're taking chances on stuff. There's no guarantees. I mean, we don't do this because it's like, I guaranteed I'm going to make this X amount of dollars. And
people think that, but it's just not like that. You know? Yeah, it's not like that at all, you know? And it's like, especially things like this, it's a love. People do it for the love. They're not doing it for the money. Is there money there? Yeah, but sometimes it's even break even. Sometimes you just break even, you know? Sometimes you do make money. I mean, it just depends on the economy. It depends on the support of the people.
Yeah.
But I definitely think people are going to support this.